1, 2, 3. Let's go, sailing!
And they go over 103.
What a moment, fastest speed in SailGP ever.
We're announcing that we are owners of Team Australia.
Team Australia.
Oh God, Tom Slingsby.
There's a lot of values that we share.
And then you say, like, well, maybe I have to be like this. You have to explain yourself, so you have to truthfully find a place where you feel comfortable.
Still sweating, small shakes, you know.
Let's rock and roll.
Oh, disaster for Australia, the wing's fallen down.
I don't think anyone had ever sailed at that boat speed before. Totally uncharted territory.
I just couldn't breathe anymore.
Oh, this is it. We've waited the whole season for this.
You'll go into that last race equal, and it's just a winner takes all, and that's what SailGP is.
New Zealand, Australia, and Great Britain will fight for the SailGP trophy in this season's grand final.
If you win SailGP, you're the best sailing country in the world.
It is the 2025 SailGP Grand Final, and the Kiwis, the Black Foils, have lost again.
Oh, tough race, guys. Sorry, guys, that's a really hard one.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow. This is their third consecutive grand final without lifting the trophy.
The Black Foils are a star-studded team. Their leaders, Peter Burling and Blair Tuke, they've won Olympic gold and silver, they've won 3 America's Cup, but they haven't yet won SailGP. You right?
Yeah, frustrated.
I know. I'm very proud of you. In 2025, the Black Foils took a big gamble. They brought in new young blood with Leo Takahashi as flight controller. But even with Leo, they still didn't lift the SailGP trophy. You know, Leo grew up in New Zealand, so it was sort of like a natural fit and kind of really cool to see them backing younger talent and bringing them into the Black Foils.
At first, I was just very excited. And then you also had, like, why? Why me? You could have picked anyone else.
Well, welcome you all here to Perth, Western Australia, to officially launch the 2026 season of the Rolex SailGP Championship.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage the best sailors in the world.
Now it's 2026, and the Black Foils, a team that should have won SailGP by now, they're still chasing it. And this season, they'll be lining up against the best in the world. And they're all here, all at once.
Season opening, all the skippers came up on stage. The sheer amount of talent and the medals and the accolades that they've all achieved, just to witness that was pretty awesome.
I guess in a way, it's a blessing and a curse being Leo. On one side, you've had Pete and Blair, these legends of the sport, pick you to be on their team. But in the same light, that's a whole lot of pressure for a young sailor.
Do you think he won her right?
No, at mid-pod position.
I've always wanted to represent New Zealand and sail for this country, so when you realise that you're going to join a team where they were at the top of the league for so long, it was quite nerve-wracking in that sense.
And Nottingham 5.
So are the Black Foils, with Leo, going to be able to win against the best sailors in the world?
The SailGP 2026 season is a go. Practice racing for the Perth Sail Grand Prix has just begun. And make no mistake, the stakes couldn't be higher. This season, millions of dollars of prize money will be on the line.
I guess you could compare SailGP to, the World Cup of football or NBA playoffs or, Formula One. But really what SailGP is? it's the best racing on water. At the end of the season, the top 3 teams go into the grand final. It's winner takes all, get it wrong, and your whole season is gone.
Oh, Todd, it's a long way to the grand final. The teams have just got to survive an unforgiving season to get there. And this race course here in Perth doesn't just test you, it can take you out completely.
Vale, paremos. Hold everything. I'll wipe it out.
Yeah, Jack, board case damage on Spain, mate.
Oh my word, disaster for the Spanish team.
These sailors are getting an absolute battering out there.
Your wing.
Oh, Ian Jensen, the Australian, something's happened to his knee.
Med Command Safety 1, we have an amber patient.
The first Grand Prix of the season hasn't even started yet. This is practice, and the best sailors in the world are struggling. For flight controllers like Leo Takahashi, these conditions are an absolute nightmare.
There's 6 roles on the boat. My role as a flight controller is to take the boat into the air, but then also keep it in the air, and that's what we call foiling. So that's where I come in. If you can fly high and have control and be stable, then you're going to get the maximum boat speed. But if you fly the boat too high, there's a higher chance of crashing, and that could cost you the race.
Oh, Optimists, they're turning up, they're flying too high, they've lost control. Oh no, it looks like Chris Draper's cut his face open on the net.
In extreme sports, we get used to seeing athletes, pushing themselves close to injury. But SailGP's a relatively new sport. We've got these flying machines that are as tall as a 7-story building. And the risk is really serious.
Welcome to the 2026 season of the Rolex SailGP Championship. We're going to see the first race of the season here in Perth. Practice time has been brutal, and today, for racing, the conditions are still tough.
Oh yes, a huge responsibility for Race HQ. They've got to keep watching the weather. They're the ones that are calling the shots from the shore, and they have to keep the boat safe.
We're going to have this sort of residual leftover, which is going to accelerate the waves, and that's what we're mindful of. I've been in and around sailing a long time. I was the Deputy Chairman of the Australian Maritime Safety Authority. I had to preside over the death of 6 people in the Sydney to Hobart race in 1998. I was in the Sydney to Hobart race last year where there was a further 2 people lost. They're very serious and very sad incidents that happen in this sport. So, I think in SailGP, there's been a lot more experience, there's a lot more resource in terms of safety, training, support, and hopefully, we're not going to have that situation.
We've signed up for this and we know that we have to push the limits. For sure, you think about these things off the water when family and stuff are worried about what you're doing, but at the same time, if you're thinking about it on the water, then you're kind of, then you basically got doubt creeping into your mind, so you're definitely not thinking about it.
Race it up.
47,
Okay.
maybe fast up one here.
This year, we have a jam-packed course with 13 boats. It's gonna be busy on the water.
Oh yeah, it's crucial. They've got to be so accurate when the boats cross each other.
We see the boats come together quite often, and that's because the boats can't sail directly into the wind. So on a SailGP course, the boats have to go up and down, but you can't just go up and down. They have to zigzag up the course. and down the course and then go through the marks. And they do that a couple of times. But that's all fine if you're on your own, but chuck 13 other boats in there and you've got boats zigzagging back and forth, crossing all the time. So there's a lot of pressure on the sailors every time they're crossing to make sure that they don't collide.
The 2026 season is going to get underway in 3 seconds. Watch for that line to turn white. Now it's a sprint to R1. How brave are you feeling?
We've already won lots of races together, but we haven't managed to win the SailGP Championship yet, and we're hoping that this season is when we get it done.
New Zealand and Switzerland are racing side by side. Both teams will have to turn before the first gate of the SailGP 2026 season.
Helicopter coming.
Oh, the gate is signalled by those 2 circles on the right of your screen. The fleet's got to go through it. That means that at any moment now, the Swiss are going to have to turn right.
But the black foils remain on the inside line. As soon as they turn, the Swiss will have the right of way.
Pressure is all on the right.
Happy right turn early tack protection.
It was really clear we were going to jibe, and it was really clear, you know, when Pete is there, I know how good he is and that he will react.
Stand by now. 2, 1, port. And slow turn.
And I think once I jibe and I see he doesn't react, I have that 1 second moment to decide. He's still there.
Time.
You're just doing everything you can to move your boat out of the way, but you can't just kind of teleport it out of existence. So as soon as he started to swing up, it was going to be very close.
And slow and
Big crash in the middle. Oh, massive misjudgment there by the Blackfoils. They did not have the right of way on Switzerland.
2 boats involved, and there is a piece of one of them.
Oh, that's the back of the Blackfoils, I think, Todd.
Is the steering wheel? No.
The umpires have ruled that New Zealand was at fault. They are getting a whopping 12 penalty points for the event. Total disaster for the Kiwis.
Yeah, I mean, it's just SailGP, a small mistake like that, and yeah, start the season off with negative points. We feel like we're a bit hard done by getting the penalty points, and we feel like they caused a collision and damaged boats, so they should have got penalty points as well.
Oh, the Blackfoils are out for the Grand Prix this weekend. They're going to miss this event and maybe the following one as well. They were aiming to be champions this year, and now they're going to start the season last.
Morning. Are you at the gate? Yeah, there's an electronic gate there.
Perth was absolutely devastating for the Black Foils. You know, when you have a crash like that, it's really important for the leaders of the team to, I guess, look after the younger, less experienced members of the team. Bonding off the water, getting to know the people that, you know, you trust with your life on the water is just as important as the day's training on the F50.
Yeah. There's only one rule.
What's that?
If you throw up, you clean it.
Okay, yeah.
All right?
We're still kind of building that chemistry. We spend a lot of time together. So we're just looking for more ways to kind of incorporate our chemistry and how we can kind of work it into other things.
We boost down the runway at full pace. Yeah. Like low airs, 20 metres up, and then just go.
There's chat about a bit of golf. There's chat about some other kind of missions here and there. I think, yeah, I mean, we're having fun with it, and we spend a lot of time together now in terms of just being part of the speed team.
You just pull the blade through and you just keep going.
Are you just watching the young lap?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Hard work. Might leave you there. Not going to be needing that where we're going.
Hey Blair, look, I think Peter's down there, wind foiling.
Well, Leo's massive talent. So for us, it was great to get a slightly younger member into the team. You know, bring a really fresh energy, fresh approach, and yeah, he's taking it on.
If you bring a new person into any group, whether it's a sports team or in business or whatever, it takes time to immerse them into how you do things, and then for that new combination to work as a unit, because one thing's for sure is now we need to find what the new 6 of us are, and we're figuring that out.
When I was growing up sailing as a kid, I watched Blair and Pete winning gold medals on TV, so it's pretty cool to be somehow under his wing. It's definitely the type of leader or type of person I look up to.
Always got space to improve though, eh? That's it?
Always.
Shut it down.
Nice to see you.
Cheers, guys.
Nice to see you.
SailGP is returning to Auckland this weekend. We're joined now by Leo Takahashi and Liv McKay. Now, I want to start with the bad and then we'll get to the good. Okay? Good. I want to take you guys back to this little collision with the Swiss team in Perth a few weeks ago.
Obviously, the boat hasn't been in great shape, but it is now. The SailGP team and our personal teams have been putting in a lot of work to get the boat back.
So the dirty cheating Swiss came in and cut you guys in half. How close was that to hitting someone?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have seen the video, it was pretty close to Pete. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, which is what we're thankful of.
How much of the time when you are sailing are you freaked out?
When you had moments where you're consistently doing over 90 Ks, it does. The whole boat's shaking and you can kind of definitely feel the speed. But now we've got 13 teams on the course. It's definitely a lot tighter and there's a lot more happening.
Welcome to the first day of racing here in Auckland.
Oh yeah, we're in New Zealand, and doesn't it just show? Look at these crowds here to support the Blackfoils.
Pete, he's a pretty amazing husband. He's so composed, and I guess that's why I adore him in a way. Like, he's just, like, considering what he takes on, nothing's ever an issue. Pistol is always calm under pressure.
Let's go! Woo! Yes!
We didn't have a very good event in Perth, and we all had a point to prove to that we are one of the best teams in the league, so we were kind of going to come out swinging in Auckland.
On the road.
There will be 4 fleet races today. The Blackfoils are off to a good start, coming 3rd in race 1.
Yeah, Todd, but they lost to their arch rivals, the Aussies. They won't be happy about that at all. Now we're about to start race 2. Let's see how they play it.
Everyone wants to see a winning team out of the gates, and I guess the question is, how much are they willing to push?
Push, guys. All the way.
All about timing. Blackfoils, middle of the line, look well. Look for that line to turn. Why, how's your timing at the start there?
Coming into more wind. Notch it up.
We are approaching the first gate, and the Blackfoils are following the Spanish in the lead.
Oh, look at it. Yes. Come on.
I remember the Spanish were the 2024 champions, and it's really showing now. They couldn't compete in Perth, and now they're back, and they're on fire.
The Spanish are really good.
Spain leading the race. They are going to turn right at the gate, but it looks like the Blackfoils are going to take the left turn.
Now they'll have to cross in front of the 3 boats.
No, we're turning straight through.
Splitting the course.
Yes, the Kiwis are going for the left turn, a high-risk move. We don't want to see a collision like we saw in Perth.
They're pushing it.
With those higher speeds, you can still make pretty severe mistakes that could take you out of a race weekend or cause injury or break the boat.
Oh, it's the speed team, Blair and Leo. They're going to have to bring their A game right now. No room for error here.
Heard you fell off, mate.
Oh. Nah.
You're still attached, aren't you?
I'm still attached onto the boat. Which shows that the safety features on the F50 work a treat. But I was still sad about breaking the boat.
Leo did season 1 on Team Japan with me. So Leo's half Kiwi, half Japanese. His dad's from New Zealand, his mum's from Japan. He spent a lot of time living in both countries. You know, he's one of those people that are very fortunate to have two very different family backgrounds. For me, that season 1, there was just banter all the time. You know, there was like lads on tour, young guys, you know, they were early 20s. And his character was just let it rip.
Get out of it. Some boys just never grow up, do they?
I think Leo's grown and changed a lot since I first met him. Where now, you know, when I chat to him, he still has the cheeky grin on his face when we're away from the tech site, but at the tech site, it's real business for him. And he knows he's got a lot to deliver for that team. You could see Pete and Blair have started involving Leo in the Black Foils culture, because the Black Foils culture is quite different to a lot of the other teams. You know, Black Foils are quite reserved, they're really clinical, they go about their business, and I think it's been really interesting for him, you know, going from early days, just a kid on tour, to now like facing this huge challenge.
It looks like Burling's going to try and slide across in front of everyone. He's not got the right of way, he's got to be sure.
Come on, you can do it, you can do it.
He's overtaken the French, but watch out for Brazil, they're really close.
We saw the Brazilians coming across and they were looking a little bit wobbly, so we made the confident decision to just go for the cross.
Well, they've done it. They've overtaken Brazil. It was so close.
Oh, nice. So nice when it's like this.
Wow. Oh, you've got to say, I mean, given what happened at the last event, he's not looking nervous out there, is he?
Yes! Let's go, Black Foils!
Oh, it looks like the Black Foils strategy's paid off. They overtake Spain for the lead. Are in a league of their own right now. Many of the boats are having trouble in these windy and wavy conditions, but the New Zealand F50 looks really stable. Great work by Blair Tuke and Leo Takahashi.
Oh, good guys, nice to see you down here.
Leo's bring a huge amount of energy, bring a huge amount of talent and skill.
Putting on the that we did last time.
In Auckland, the wind's changing all the time, so everyone has to be talking and making sure that we're on the same page, but on that day, it was really calm. I think it was the best that we've raced.
And the Black Foils take the win in race 2. We have 5 more races to go to determine the top 3 that will make it into the event final. But I can totally see them winning the Grand Prix in front of their home crowd, Stevie. Race 3 is about to start.
Oh, it's a strong position for the Black Foils in the middle of the pack. Wait for that line to turn white. Great start by the Black Foils.
If there was any doubt about the Black Foils after Perth, it's been resolved. This is the best version that we've seen of the Black Foils in a really long time.
Let's go!
I think for sure that the culture that Black Foils have is an arm around the shoulder in tough moments. And I'm sure the time between Perth and Auckland was a time where they really, you know, bonded. They got together, you know, knew that it was touch and go if they were going to get to race. And I think they wanted to get back out on the race course and make a statement. And that's what champions do. Champions bounce back from, you know, tough situations like that.
Oh, it's a sprint to Mark 1. Look at the speeds on those masts. The Black Foils are getting into the red numbers. They're building more speed. They're after that first place position at Mark 1.
And as they approach mark number 1 here in race number 3, foils collide with DS Team France.
Oh, they lost the boat. They're the black foils. That was a massive incident.
Oh my God!
With the race committee, this race has been stopped. Please stop sailing.
And they have stopped the race. The race has been canceled.
Oh, the French boat came right over the front of the black foils. It looked really close to the grinders and the flight control positions. Oh, let's hope Louis, Marcus and Leo Takahashi are okay.
Race goes on as you have average TBR.
The wings fallen and crushed all the communications.
You wake up in the middle of the night and you remember one thing and then it flicks to another.
And all of a sudden you start to ask yourself questions, no? Like, what is the real reason why I'm here?
High risk, high reward. Exactly. Yeah, we're not afraid to push.
It's got a skid on the Italian boat. They've got two. They